Hey guys, happy Thursday. Hope you guys are having a great week. Hopefully getting after a few of these workouts and hopefully even more so enjoying some of the nice weather we have, even though it's a little on the chilly side. I prefer sunny and 75, but I'll take it. All right, so for today, a few housekeeping notes first. We have, make sure that you guys are checking the interactive calendar that Sade has been putting in the emails. There's lots of information on those. We have kids classes, mobility sessions. You can check out our themes that we have on Fridays. We have yoga, and then the Fitness Be With You Challenge. We started it this past week. It's been awesome. A lot of you are doing it, which is great to see. But there is still time to sign up. You guys will have till Sunday. So make sure you guys do that. Download the app. It's a lot of fun. Lots of good stuff in there. Then lastly, if you guys are watching this, awesome. But if you are taking a class at 5 a.m., noon, or 5 p.m., you don't have to, but you can. But your coach will go over all of this with you during that time. So for today, our question of the day: what problem or situation did TV or movies make you think would be common, but when you grew up, you found out that it wasn't? So I feel like every Disney movie, there's some sort of like quicksand scene, and then in school they tell you, or like they teach you how to get out of quicksand. Like you're supposed to lay down and like spread yourself. Really thought I was going to encounter quicksand a lot more. And then I guess not really TV or movies, but just in school, they always taught you to stop, drop, and roll if you were ever caught on fire. And I, for some reason, just thought that I was going to need that a lot more in my life. But here I am. I've never had to stop, drop, and roll. Knock on wood. Hopefully I never have to. So those are my two there. Kind of a funny one today. All right, so for our warm-up, we're gonna go 30 seconds of each exercise. We're gonna go through it for 2 rounds. We're gonna go jump roping. If you don't have a jump rope, we can just go toe taps to an object, or if you just wanna pretend that you have a jump rope, you can do that as well. And we're gonna go 2 reverse lunges plus an air squat. So we'll go right leg, reverse lunge, left leg, air squat, and so forth. We're gonna go half burpees, good mornings, Heismans, we did those a few weeks ago, kind of that side shuffle or lateral side shuffle. Glute bridge raises, toy soldiers, and quad stretches. So I'll show you all of those. I don't have a jump rope, but I think you guys all know. Jump rope, you can pretend there, or if you have an object, we can go toe taps to that. Then we have, and we're gonna go 2 reverse lunges, plus an air squat, reverse lunge, air squat. That's kind of a fun one. Then we have half burpees. So instead of in class when we do, or in our other warm-ups, we're actually gonna stand up all the way just like you would in a normal burpee, except we're just gonna go down to our plank position. So go plank, back, and jump and stand. Something along those lines, get your heart rate up a little bit. And we're gonna get after some good mornings. For these, we can go hands on the hips or behind your head, whatever you would like. But we're gonna go soft bend in our knees, so just maybe down an inch or 2. Then we're gonna focus on keeping our back as flat as we can, and then just sending our hips straight back, letting our chest face the ground at the bottom. I always like hands on hips, soft bend in the knee, sending hips back, chest facing the ground, and stand. Should feel this in your hamstrings here. You can also go hands behind your neck. After those, we're gonna get after those Heismans. So side shuffle, give a little Heisman, and the other way. Something like that. And we have glute bridge raises. On the ground, heels on the ground, toes, make sure that you guys can wiggle them. We're gonna drive through our heels, ending with our hips nice and high. Maybe giving your butt a little squeeze at the top. and back there. Go there, then we got toy soldiers. So opposite foot, opposite hand. Like you can't see my head. Guys, I'm so bad with this camera thing. You think I would be better by now. And then quad stretches. Just back and forth there. And that is our warm-up. Then to our pre-WOD today. So for our pre-WOD, we're gonna go 3 sets of 10 deadlifts. For the deadlift today, we're gonna go 3 seconds down, 2 seconds in the bottom, and then you'll stand. So that's a nice slow on the way down. When we hold for 2 seconds at the bottom though, this isn't a relaxed position. I want you guys to maintain tension there. And so especially if we're using, well, most of us will be using weights here, I don't want the weights to actually touch the ground. So they should stay maybe like an inch off the ground, but we're gonna try to get as close as we can to the bottom of our normal deadlift. So hands will be maybe just a little higher than mid-shin. When you're spending 2 seconds in the bottom, it allows you a little bit of time to kind of see what your setup looks like. And you'll be able to tell if you are on the way down of your deadlift or when we descend, if you're really hitting all our key points of performance. Sometimes when we cycle deadlifts a little quicker, a lot of times the weight pulls us forward and we end up on our toes a lot. And this kind of just slows it down a little bit, make sure that we really hit a good bottom position, and then we'll stand. So I'll show you guys those with I don't have a barbell. I'll show you guys with a dumbbell though. So we'll start from the standing position. On our way down, we send those hips back, keeping our weight nice and close to our body. Once we hit our knees, we're gonna try and sit on down to mid-shin. I'm gonna hold this for 1, 2, and stand. So again, on the way down, sending our hips back stays nice and flat. Once I hit my knees, sit straight down to mid-shin. In our bottom position here, our shins should be pretty vertical. So you can see that my shins are pretty vertical. I'm not letting the weight pull me forward onto my toes. I'm keeping the majority of my weight in my whole foot. So I'm not all in my heels and I'm not all in my toes. Trying to keep the weight nice and even in your foot and shins nice and vertical, back flat. And stand. So I'll go 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, stand. And repeat for 10. So that's a lot of counting in there. Give your mind a little exercise too. So after we get through those, then we're gonna go 3 rounds of 15 glute bridge raises. You'll be switching between the deadlift and glute bridge raises. Oh my. For these, if you would like to use weight, you can do that as well. So I'll just show you guys those with a little bit of weight, just like in our warm-up. If you want, you can place your weight on your hips here, and same thing, drive it through those heels, but just tap the ground, give a nice squeeze at the top. And that is going to be your pre-WOD today. And then our WOD today, White Iverson. You guys know that Post Malone song, great song. So we got 21, 15, 9 kettlebell swings, burpees with a 7-minute time cap. That time cap might be a little aggressive, but I hope you guys can all kind of muscle through it. Just kind of put your head down and go during this one. Really, I would like to see not a whole lot of pacing, honestly, especially for that set of 21. Obviously that's your largest set, but really trying to stick to a pretty fast pace there, and then it's kind of just a hold on until the end. So really high intensity, simple movements, try to dig deep here. Probably one of the hardest and most painful workouts I've ever done was 21, 15, 9 kettlebell swings and burpees. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, it was horrible, but it's fun. It's as hard as you make it, right? So that being said, for those kettlebell swings, we can scale that to Russian, so just eye height. Or if you don't have a kettlebell, but maybe you have a plate, we can go ground to overheads with that plate, or we can go jumping squats there. For the jumping squats, if you do choose to do those, we can try to go a little higher. I'm not going to say your max height jumping squat, but adding a little from there, not just like when we jump for our burpees, how we like barely get our feet off the ground. Try to get a few inches off. And then for our burpees, we can scale those to half burpees, or we can go hands onto an elevated surface. Not, as always, stepping back, stepping up is also allowed. So any kind of variation that you guys would like to do there. So we'll go over that kettlebell swing, very similar to our deadlift. We'll keep working the booty and the hammies. So for our kettlebell swing, the weight is going to be in the middle of our stance. We're going to go again, just like our deadlift, soft bend in our knee. And then our deadlift is a hinge, not a squat. So when we do kettlebell swings, we don't want to be pulling the weight up with our arms. We want to hinge back, and then we're going to squeeze our butt and our quads as fast as we can to get that kettlebell eventually up overhead. So think really a violent hip thrust is what we call it, LOL. So I'll show you guys a few of our American kettlebell swings, so all the way up overhead. Soft bend in the knee, hinging back. And squeeze it. So that is our American, so all the way up overhead. Other scaling option is going to be Russian, so just at eye height. And then, if you have a plate, we'll go plate ground to overheads. So that's tapping the plate in the middle of our stance. We're going to rotate it around kind of our belly button and finish overhead. So we'll look like this. Oh guys, it's coming. I'm getting out of breath. And then our last scaling option for those is going to be those jumping squats. So, squat. So just trying to jump a touch higher than normal there. And then we have the burpees. So chest all the way down hits the ground, stand up, jump and clap overhead. One thing they always talk about when we do burpees is setting our feet out wide behind us so that when we bring them in, they're also wide. So kind of more of our like squat stance. There, if we shoot our feet out narrow and bring them in narrow, we're essentially doing like the worst squat in the world. So feet out wide, in wide, stand, clap, jump, not in that order. All right, so your burpee, all the way down, feet wide again, and then jump and stand. You can see if I go close together, you end up in this position, which if you do that, we're going to do this 45 times, might not be very nice on the knees. So feet out wide, in wide, jump and stand. We can step back and step up. We can go half burpees, or we can go to an elevated surface. So that's hands onto an object, and those feet in, and clap and stand there. 21, 15, 9 of each. Kind of a quick burner. You guys can do it. Fun little Thursday workout for you. Make sure you guys post your scores either in the comments here, or if you guys have the Zen Planner app, you guys can enter them in there. Hopefully we get to do this one again sometime in maybe the not so near future, but somewhere down the line. Have fun, guys. Can't wait to see your scores.